In the past week, we have been royally screwed over by Airbnb multiple times.
Yeah, what really put us over the edge is they gave $500 back to this guest who left 6 weeks ago. This guest was just insane, just made up claims, had cycled through, I think, 6 Airbnb customer service agents until they finally found someone that gave in and gave them money back. And we're just like, what is going on here?
This is insane.
We also had multiple guests leave us 4-star reviews after messaging us and telling us how amazing their time was at the house. One of them even asked to pre-reserve their stay for next year, and then we see that 4 stars, which I know 4 stars isn't that bad, but it did bring down our rating at a new listing. And really, we can only attribute this to confusion because of the descriptions that Airbnb tells guests on what a 4-star versus a 5-star stay is.
It's ridiculous. You can't miss anything. It's got to be the best stay in your life according to their description to leave 5 stars. And it's just come on. And then the third thing this week is we're trying to get reimbursed for about $600 worth of stuff that a guest stole, and he admitted basically to taking the stuff in the messaging platform, but somehow Airbnb is dragging their feet about paying out on their air cover process to get reimbursed for those items.
This is all so frustrating, especially when it's compounded all in one very short amount of time, but you know what? This is all our fault. And that is because we built our business on somebody else's platform. And Airbnb can operate their business the way that they want to operate their business.
At the beginning of this year, we set what we thought was a pretty lofty goal to increase our direct bookings from about 3% historically to 10% for the year.
Honestly, that was a pretty big goal. I didn't even know if we were going to make this goal or come anywhere close to it because we really didn't have an advanced strategy. We were just gonna try some things and see what happened. But we did make the goal. And we're actually on track to do about 15% direct bookings this year versus 3% last year.
Which is great. We met that goal, beat the goal. But what it still means is that we aren't prepared to take our listings off Airbnb.
We have not only our own listings to think about, but 40 plus management clients with their properties to think about as well. And only relying on those direct bookings and not getting that extra exposure from Airbnb would be doing them a disservice at this point in time.
So, as much as we'd like to just give Airbnb the finger and walk away sometimes, we're kind of still stuck with them.
At least for now, and at least in part. But on the side, we are going to continue to try and decrease that reliance on Airbnb and all the other OTAs as well.
Here's going to be a little overview about what we've been doing this year to increase our direct bookings, what we're going to do in 2024, and how you can change your short-term rental business to make direct bookings a priority going forward.
This is a new beginning for us, darling.
The most important piece to this whole puzzle is our direct booking website.
Having a direct booking website isn't a new concept for us. We launched ours in 2019, about a year after we launched our first listing on Airbnb.
We launched that website when we just had one property. We didn't have any management clients at the time. Our property was called the Rockaway House, and our domain was staywithrockaway.com.
Our brand and our website has evolved a lot since 2019, but we've stuck with the same web developer who's great, and he's helped us build something that really works well for us.
The main components of our website are the homepage, the About Us page, there's a property management page which talks about our property management services. Then there's our blog, which started off as just tourism information for guests, but now it's kind of a mix of that and resources for hosts. So I don't know if we're ever going to separate those two at some point. It's kind of this big jumbled mess, but we'll see.
And then we have individual listing pages for each property with photos and descriptions and the ability to input your dates and book. The way the website is set up right now, once a guest goes to that book now stage, the website actually redirects to Uplisting's booking engine, and then guests can complete the booking and the payment through Uplisting's booking engine. Uplisting, I guess I didn't mention, is our property management software. The booking engine allows for us to set pricing across all platforms, including that direct booking website, and seamlessly integrate a new booking to our inbox once someone completes the booking and payment process.
Our web developer is currently playing with a tighter integration with Uplisting's API, which will give us some more customization options.
But that's not done yet, and it's something we could do a deeper dive video in the future if you guys are all interested.
If you would like to see a more technical video about our website setup and the Uplisting integration, then leave us a comment below. But having a beautiful and functional website means nothing if nobody sees it. So here is how we are driving traffic to our website on a regular basis without violating violating Airbnb's terms of service. Because even though we're not really happy about how things are going with Airbnb right now, we also still need them right now and don't want to get kicked off the platform, at least not right now.
It's very complicated.
The traffic driver with the most measurable results so far has been Google Vacation Rentals. We started listing all of our properties on that platform earlier this year, and we attribute a lot of our direct booking growth to that additional exposure.
There are some specific criteria that need to be met before you can list a property on Google Vacation Rentals, and that criteria has changed even over the course of this year. So we're not going to go into that super in depth right now just because it is changing, but we will leave a link in the description box below if you'd like to look yourself.
When someone finds one of our listings from the search on Google Vacation Rentals, they can either check out the listing page that's displayed there, or they can click through to our website.
The actual number of bookings that are completed on Google are pretty low, which makes sense to us. Like if I were going to book a place, I would want to go check out the website first before I made a booking with them.
But whenever a booking is taken on Google Vacation Rentals, it is seamlessly integrated to our property management software, Uplisting. This was one of the reasons we chose Uplisting, because they had that direct integration with Google Vacation Rentals.
At the time that we were choosing our property management software, Uplisting was one of the few that actually offered a direct integration with Google Vacation Rentals. Since then, there have been more that are now offering it, but we still stand behind Uplisting. We've been super happy with it. It's been a great addition to our tech stack this year.
If your portfolio has been growing and you're considering adding a property management software, or you have one that you're not really happy about, check the link in the description below or go to arrivals.com/uplisting.
Uplisting also allows you to do a read-only free trial so that you can play around with all of the different functionality within it without giving it full control over your listings. So click that link in the description below if you'd like to check it out.
So that's Google. Been a nice contributor to exposure for our website, but the biggest day-to-day driver for traffic has been our blog.
As we mentioned before, we have a lot of tourism-related content on our blog, which is great for guests, but it's also really good for SEO.
Those blog posts are loaded with keywords, which helps us rank and show up on Google search results.
And we're also pinning all of those blog posts onto Pinterest. Not us personally, we have a VA who's doing that work for us. Pinterest is a powerful marketing tool that a lot of people just mistake for being another social media platform.
Pinterest at its core is a search engine, and so all of our content is being pinned and pushed out on a pretty regular basis. But one of the things we started to think about that is missing is the sort of what to pack aspect.
I don't know about you, but I am on Pinterest for things like design inspiration, recipes, craft and kids kind of stuff, holiday stuff. But Steven and I are going on vacation in 2 days. We're going on a sailing trip to the Virgin Islands, and I found myself on Pinterest typing in what to pack for a sailing trip in the Virgin Islands. Did you do a Pinterest search for that too?
I didn't. I just put a couple things in a suitcase and called it a day.
I built a real-life Pinterest board.
That spurred this idea that we could create similar blog posts about what to pack on our website and then pin them on Pinterest.
Things like what to pack for, a Palm Springs getaway or Palm Springs bachelorette party, Palm Springs pool weekend, or a San Diego trip with kids. There's a lot of opportunity there, we think.
Another traffic source for us is sharing our blog with Airbnb guests.
And the intention here isn't to get them to cancel their existing booking and then rebook on our direct booking website. That has happened a couple of times, but honestly not very often.
But what does happen is if they have a great experience during their stay, they realize after visiting our blog that we do take direct bookings, and when they come back next time they could save money. And so 9 times out of 10, if we have a repeat guest, it's via a direct booking on our website.
So how do we get them to our blog? We just tell them about it. When a guest books, we have a templated kind of thanks for booking message. And in that thanks for booking message, we include a link to our blog where we say they can find local area information, favorite restaurants, things like that.
We don't say, hey, here's our website, go book there instead. But instead, we just kind of treat that placement as a resource for guests to help make their trip planning easier.
At some of the properties, we also have QR codes that lead to our blog. These we put on like fridge magnets. I can link the ones that we have in the description below. But those QR codes will then link to blog resources like our favorite takeout restaurants.
Takeout's fine. He'll never know.
The traffic to the website is great, but where it becomes even more valuable is when we're able to capture the email address of a current or potential future guest.
When someone visits our website, there will be, after a few seconds, an on-screen pop-up that will offer a 10% off coupon for their first stay by submitting their email address.
We've also been working on digital versions of our house manuals that will give access to guests through an email sign-up page.
We haven't fully finished rolling that one out yet, so we can't tell you how effective that is. We also offer the printed version at the house, so I'm not sure how much traffic it'll drive. But the point of telling you all this is just to get your mind getting creative about ways to drive traffic to your blog.
So through those methods, we've collected a good amount of email addresses, and then we send out regular newsletters to kind of keep arrivals and our rental properties at the top of their mind so they think of us when they're ready to book next.
We'll be honest with you guys that the newsletter did not get out as frequently as we had hoped it would this year. It's been a really busy growth year for us. We're probably at a point where we're ready to hire again.
But we're making a commitment to be more regular with the newsletter, which hopefully brings more exposure, more direct bookings.
But those email addresses aren't just valuable for sending out emails. We can also use those to create a custom audience on Facebook.
Facebook ads are something that's new to us. We've heard about them a lot. We've done a lot of research about it, but we haven't actually pulled the trigger on an ad campaign yet.
These ads that we're going to be running in the near future are not going to be linked to Airbnb. They're not going to be linked to Vrbo. They're not even going to be linked to our direct booking website. They're going to be going to these dedicated landing pages, which are going to be more of an experience, like see yourself here at this property.
On the landing page, we'll highlight the key features of the property, a few guest reviews, and then we'll paint a picture of what your experience will be like staying there.
We have the target audience, we have the email list, we have the destination we want them to be at. We just need to find a way to connect the two. And we think that Facebook ads is really going to be a positive traffic driver for our business in 2024.
Since we're not experts on Facebook ads just yet, we aren't going to go into super detail, but after we've run a couple campaigns and assessed how big of an impact they're having, we'll do a follow-up video and let you know.
Let us know in the comments if you've been working on increasing your direct bookings this year, and please do share any tips that you've been using in your business that have been working for you.
And we'll leave another video here on the screen we think you might want to watch next.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.